This is Ken from the future giving you my 14-day synopsis of what it was like to be an RVer for the first time. First 5 days trying to get from the East Coast anywhere west, it was miserable. It just rained every day, and when it's raining and you can't stop and see things, you just drive and drive and drive. So those first 5 days cost me a bunch of gas money, and that's something I got to keep an eye on. I just can't drive all day because I'll go broke. After that, the rains finally quit, but then it got so hot. I don't know if you remember, but in the beginning parts of June, it was ridiculously hot on the East Coast, and it got to temperatures of over 100 in a lot of places. So it was just too hot to enjoy things. For example, when I got to Pinnacle Mountain, I wanted to climb that mountain, but couldn't do it when the temperature is like 98 degrees and the humidity's high, and it wasn't enjoyable. And then I kept driving, and I finally got to a little town called El Reno, which is just a little west of Oklahoma City, and had no idea what that town was famous for, but apparently the biggest the biggest tornado ever came through that town. And I spent 3 days and 2 nights in El Reno, with the days being pretty nice and the nights in the afternoons and evenings having 60-mile-an-hour wind, sideways rain. The RV started to leak in some places. I didn't realize it had leaks, but with the 60-mile-an-hour winds, it leaked pretty bad. So I had to get out of El Reno after 2 days. So I went a little further west to a little place called Elk City. Elk City is someplace you should visit. It's if you can, when it's not tornado season, it is a beautiful little town. Has a beautiful Walmart superstore, which does not mind RVs. And outside of town, just about 6 miles, is Elk Lake. Elk Lake is beautiful. They do have some RV hookups. I think it's $25 for everything. It has free shower, free bathroom, has a lake that you can swim in. The loop, there's a entry-exit loop that if you want to walk it, it's just under a mile. It's about 0.96 miles. So I exercised there and it would have been perfect, except for at night the storm chasers showed up and said that this is going to be the epicenter of a storm that's coming through with 100-mile-an-hour winds and baseball-size hail. And they took a look at my RV and said it just wouldn't make it there. So I ended up back in the city of Elk City, behind I think it was a Hilton, maybe a Hampton Inn, a 4-story hotel, which I brought the RV up behind as close as I could on the back side, on the east side. And I watched 100-mile-an-hour winds and hail and everything. Just was a scary but incredible night. So on the day of the 14th, I checked the weather forecast, and they said there would be no more rain or bad weather at least for 2 or 3 days. So I went back out to the lake, had a fantastic time, recharged everything with my solar panels, and did a lap around the running course that I created, and just was a beautiful time. But I had to get out of there. So that was day 14th. I got out of Lake City heading west, and in hindsight, I'm very glad because the next, I think like 3 or 4 days later, I found out that a couple of tornadoes really did go through that area and destroy some things, and it would not have been a good time for my RV. The one thing I did notice, so getting out of Elk City, is that because of 3 days of sideways rain and all that, my brakes sound like they're grinding. It sounds like maybe water got into the brakes or something, and hopefully this will be something that will fix itself as I get into drier weather. But that's my first 14 days. I will say this. I have experienced more things in the last 14 days of RV life than I have in probably the last 5 years of staying in my apartment. So I'm living the life, and hopefully things, I'll give you another report after another 14 days.